And good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday, the 25th of October. We call it Rocktober. This is going to be, a Halloween weekend. I hope you had a great weekend and that you're live and well. For those who are coming in now and those who will be coming in later, I want to welcome you here to ALPOUGH. This is the first time you've been here. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you do, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Really, really appreciate it. So, um, as we know, we're in the midst of a hurricane, and a lot of us are sitting in the eye of a hurricane with everything that's going on around us. And it's so interesting what the subject is, and I'm taking a funny approach to this subject here, and that is do aliens walk among us? Now, as you know, yeah, yes, no, or maybe. Um, as you know, now UFOs are back in the news. And it's so interesting how they bring things up like the news here and put it in the news. UFOs, and there's bringing so much other stuff, all this crap that's coming up here. But one of the things here that I want to really talk about is what the UFOs and whether or not they're hidden in plain sight or do they walk amongst us. Now, we're going to take a funny approach here today, but I would definitely say that yes, aliens walk among us. Now, I started probably studying about UFOs since the 70s, and it just seems like they only bring it up at certain periods of time. And then, of course, they detracted. Now, all of a sudden here, for all this time, since the first one that landed, where was that? New Mexico or somewhere. And they've, in 1945, when they claimed that it was a weather balloon, then they showed all these pictures of these UFOs, the things, so like that. So what I want to talk about, though, today is that they're actually hidden in plain sight. So I'm going to actually reveal those today. And I hope you're ready because you might be surprised at who is walking amongst us. And so we're going to start with the Bidens. Now, how you know what the Biden aliens are is you'll see that they take tape and peel open your eyes. Otherwise, you'll appear to be sleepy. You'll be that one of the characteristics of them is being dazed and confused. And every time they do not answer questions, so you can't ask them anything. They will not reveal anything about them. The only thing that you will see as the characteristic is they do like to be dazed, very confused, and they look like their eyes are open, and they look like they're ready to go to sleep if they don't have their eyes open. But now, the only characteristic I can tell you about them is that they love ice cream. So we call these the JBs. And also, one of the things you'll notice about them is they have an offspring. And they have no idea where they're at. Because usually they're strung out on drugs and they do exactly what their father tells them to do. And they're usually the front person to them. So he's a JB, but his name is Hunter, and he will hunt you down. So you'll know these guys as we'll just call them the Bidens. Dun 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 dun. It's gonna get crazy, guys. Get ready. Next, we have what we call the AOCs. And how you know their characteristics is they have bug eyes. And when they get upset, their eyes bug out. And when their eyes bug out, then they start spewing rhetoric that comes out of their mouth. And after they're finished with their rhetoric, they never know what they mean. You never know what they're actually saying. And they're just spewing out what we called scrambled language. Scrambled language. These are the AOCs, and you better watch them, because what do they love the most? They love wearing dresses, okay? And they love to advertise on the back of their behind. And you'll notice that them out there going to rich parties, although they claim that they aren't. It's going to get worse. Next we have man who thinks he has a baby. Actually, this is a alien that is inside this person. And if you saw the movie Aliens and Return of the Aliens and all that, he was probably in that movie, and now his alien is getting ready to come out. It's going to get worse. Now, I'm only touching the subject here. We'll be going over these more and more as I discover them. Now, I personally have seen a spaceship, but I don't know if it was a spaceship where one of these people got out of. Now, because it was back in the 1980s, a lot of these guys, you know, like the AOCs, probably didn't make it. They didn't come out till later. So, now next we have Mark Kelly. Now, Mark Kellys, they're known because we call them the MKs. Now, they're known for their characteristics is they're always looking right. Okay? So it means that they don't look right at you. Okay? And also, one of their characteristics is they usually come in twos. So usually when you see them, you don't see them together because they operate in two places at the same time. And so this one of them is actually the U.S. Senator now for Arizona. And I can say to you unequivocally that they do a really, really incredible job of doing absolutely nothing. So that's a really good characteristic of who the MKs are. All right? Now, this one's going to get bad. All right? Here we have the United States Congress. And they are known as the Steelers. Not the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? The Steelers of our economy. The Steelers of our money. And you'll know who they are because your money is leaving you. And their greatest purpose in the world is to create inflation, which is what they're doing now. And also, they love creating division. Okay? They love making you fights amongst yourselves. They love it. And how they do that is they fight amongst themselves. And through that energy, they put it out to you. So, they are known as the Steelers. Next we have, well, Maxine Waters. We'll call her the MWs. Why? Well, they loved to see how their eyes are. They have bug eyes also, and they're always looking up because they don't want to look at you. Also, their characteristic is they have no hair, and so they wear wigs. And then also, you see, they constantly need plastic surgery because their skin looks very leathery. Yes. Yes. It gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Next, we have, I would say, one of our best ones, one of the greatest ones of aliens that we have, and that is Mitch McConnell. Now, Mitch McConnell, this picture is from Tony Taylor Art, had his great design of, is Mitch McConnell a turtle? Now, here he is in his shell. Okay? Now, apparently, he goes back, he comes out of his shell. You see, as he's coming out of his shell, this is him coming out. Okay? Now, usually, you know, he likes to be in his disguise dressed as the Tin Man, so that he can hide his characteristics of being a turtle. So now we asked the turtle, and they said, yes, he is one of us. So yes, there are hidden aliens right in our sight. All right, so finally we have the Orangemen. And how you recognize the Orangemen is, well, their last name is Trump. Now, one of the ways that you'll notice who Donald Trump is and where he is, what he's about, is you can tell if he's an alien. And the Trump aliens is they use hand signals. Okay? They love to do the hand signals. And they love pointing up. And then you can see as they point up how it makes their face change. And this is why we call him the Orange Man, because when he gets excited, he points up. Now, also, he became president, and so another one of those characteristics, if you'll notice, is he runs the country on Twitter. So you've never seen anyone do this before, and so this is obvious an alien characteristic. Well, listen, I hope you enjoyed this. We wanted to have some humor as we go into Monday, and just know this. Keep your eyes open, guys. You might be walking right next to someone. We'll see you tomorrow.